Hi there, welcome everyone to Verbal Vomits. My name is Mark, this is my co-host.
Gibson, what's up?
Yep, and we're here to talk about random shit at random times. Alright. So, Gib, we were initially studying in Singapore Poly, right? We met in Singapore Poly year 3. So,
Hmm.
we were brought together by this game called Black Desert Online after like
Yep.
such a long time. Care to share some
Yep.
insight on that?
Sure. Okay, so yeah, so I started on video like quite a while back with one of our friend called Ron, which I actually stopped the game a while back because I really couldn't stand it. I think it's a huge ass grind. Anyone that actually played this game that's listening to this podcast now would know that it's a fucking huge grind. And can I curse?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I actually stopped the game and I'm like, I'm not gonna play this anymore. Like you can ask Ron eventually if he ever come on the podcast that I really like burn out. So one day he told me that he was gonna join this guild called Paragon, which is our guild now, Paragon.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that the guild leader is called Mark the Bong. And I'm like, wait a second, isn't that my classmate from SP? And so I decided to just jump back. He just keep convincing me like, hey, just go back and play. It'll be a ton of fun. And here we are. I'm already playing video. I'm playing video like right now.
Yeah, BD,
And that's
BDO is a very fun game to be honest, but the learning curve of BDO is extremely steep. Like, it takes a while to get into it. Not many people can just start off and just be like, oh, I'm enjoying this game so much. You need
yeah,
like
totally, man.
to learn a lot of shit before actually like enjoying the game. So
Yeah,
yeah, you mentioned that you heard about Mark the Bong, right? And you just came back in. A lot of people recognize me as Mark the Bong, like it's my alias,
yeah.
so to
Follow him
speak.
on Instagram.
Yeah,
Plug, plug,
follow
plug,
follow
plug.
me on Instagram at Mark the Bong. Nah, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. But yeah, a lot of people know me as Mark the Bong rather than Mark because I don't know. I've been using this Mark the Bong alias for like forever, and you've
Yeah,
been
to
using it.
be to be fair, like when back then when I was in SP, right? I mean, I know you as Mark, but I also know you as Mark the Bong, which is kind of odd considering we weren't particularly close then.
Yeah, in SP, a lot of
So,
people call me Bong a lot. Like,
hmm.
I mean, it's
Like
adorable.
Bong, right? Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I guess we were at the climate then that everybody just call each other by Instagram names,
Mm,
right? Like we weren't really let me just give you a very good example. Okay, I'm not gonna use their real names lah, but
mm,
okay, Mary. Okay, let's say Mary. There's like multiple Marys in my school last time,
mm.
and we don't actually call them by Mary what. We call them by their Instagram handles. So like Mary the whatever and Mary the whatever.
Mm.
Like, which is yeah. I mean, look at where we are come, man. It's kind of odd, man. Like considering Instagram name like really have an impact on us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
become more common than we thought. Like, we've been calling people by their Instagram handles for as long as I can remember, like since maybe secondary school and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure meeting you again, man. I can't believe
Yeah.
like we have so much in common and we didn't like really speak about it in poly because we were so busy with our projects and all that,
Yes, and
especially in year
guess what?
three.
We're doing a podcast now.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
What?
We're also like enjoying our games together, a lot of different games together as well.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of games,
Mm-hmm.
you've been into God of War 4, right? How
Yes.
is it?
Okay, I can't speak for like the majority of the people because they played video they played God of War because I'm still at maybe I think about 20% into the game.
Mm,
But wow. Like, they say how like there's a lot of articles saying how this is the perfect game. And I'm really leaning on that because this shit is good, man.
God
Oh
of War
my.
4.
Like it is hard to talk about it without spoiling it, so I'm just not gonna talk too much about it. But the combat and everything, it's like we actually heard from one of our guildmates that like they actually spend years trying to like make the X physics correct. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah. I
Like,
heard it
yeah,
from Jackie yesterday, right?
one of our guild officers, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like it's you feel the weight, and like when you play a game and you feel. I mean, whoever that ever played God of War would know that like you always feel fucking powerful in that game, right? But this time around is a bit different. There's this fatherly take to it. I mean, I'm quite sure anyone that actually saw any trailer would know that they are going for a more like Death Simulator 2018 kind of feel.
So have
Yeah.
you played any of the previous God of Wars, like God of War 1, God of War 2 and 3?
Yes, but the thing is, I never had a console growing up, so I only had a PSP, which is a handheld, and I played that God of War. I forget what was it called. I forget what God Chains or something. Do you remember that? Like
Uh,
there was this PSP God of War that I played,
I
like
think
both
I,
of
I,
them.
I think I vaguely recall something like that. Was it God
Mm-mm-mm.
of War Omega? I'm not really
I
sure.
don't know. Oh yeah, something like that, or like a Ghost of Spartan or something,
Oh yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's something like that.
What
So
about you? You played,
I
right?
I
Mm.
never really played God of War 1 to 3.
Wow.
Okay, so
Okay.
basically, right, I like this. I really like the concept of like the Greek gods and all that, Zeus,
Mm.
Poseidon, and all that shit.
Yeah.
To see like a video game completely shitting on them, right? I don't know why it
yeah.
triggers me quite a bit. To see like
Yeah.
the main character go on a freaking angry rampage and killing all the gods and throwing the world into this array. I just got put off by that lah, so I didn't really
Yeah.
play it as a result. Lor.
I can see why that there's an issue. Like kind of not make any sense. To be
Mm,
fair,
yeah,
but the combat itself. I mean, back then, young Gibson really like that crazy. Like just kill everybody, rip like just rip everybody apart. And
young
there's just
Gibson. Don't you just mean like Gibson in general? Because you
hey
kind of enjoy that too right now, right?
yeah, hey, but he's older, so it's
Mm,
different. yeah, but yeah, I highly recommend anyone that have a console or if is planning to get right God of War. It's a must get.
mm,
It's really worth that $70 that I got it for, and it's really worth it. Like you play for like the first I would say the first 10 minutes, and you're not gonna put this down. And I haven't said this for a long time, but I didn't really want to put it down. Like Mark, I told you this the other day when I just finished my first like few minutes. Right, I was like, dude, I'm not gonna put this down. Shit's too good.
yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, right. How about you? Other than video, what other games you're still like going, or is it just video? No.
Okay, basically, you should know this game by now lah. It's called
Mhm.
Monster Hunter. I've talked to you about
yes.
Monster Hunter
Okay.
for plenty of times. It's such a fun game, but it's so fucking hard
Yes.
because the freaking combat mechanics, right? It's like
Mm.
shitting all over your face all the time. And the monsters, right? They see you, for example, you're charging your bow, getting ready to strike the monster. Then
Mhm.
suddenly the monster will just aim your ass because of its, I don't know what kind of mechanics it is lah, but whenever you're like sharpening your weapon or you're aiming your bow, he will just charge towards you. He will aim particularly for you, and then he will attack you. And then you will like either die or lose a lot of health because it's like uh
Yeah, actually, okay, okay, I didn't really have a lot of experience with Monster Hunter because I only and like what I said, I only had a handheld, so
mm,
I played Monster Hunter on PSP then, and I didn't really like it because I don't know, it just doesn't click with me. But the fact that it's Monster Hunter World is like so fucking popular right now. Like when it first came out, everybody just like, went apeshit about it. Even now, like you are
yeah.
still going apeshit about it. Made me
I
want to try it.
I think it might be a contender for Game of the Year actually, along with God
Mm,
of
yeah,
War
I
4.
remember you were talking about it like super hyped up.
Yeah,
It's
it
pretty
got
cool.
released at the start of the year, I think, this year around January, and
Mm.
I've been addicted to it for
Yeah,
I
shit.
wasn't like playing at the start because I had a terrible headset. I'm not gonna say what it is lah.
Uh,
I had a very horrible
didn't
headset.
he snap into half?
Yeah, and it snapped into half, and I was very
how the
pissed
how
off.
the hell did that happen? Can you just tell like
I
what the
have no
fuck
idea.
happened?
Okay, basically I was just putting the headset on like one day just casually putting the headset on and decided to and it's gone.
Yeah, I hear it firsthand. I hear it from someone else, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, Mark just snapped his." Cause you weren't on Discord. You were on Discord, but you weren't talking or something like that.
Yeah.
Then I was like, "Hey, why isn't he responding?" Then one of them, I think it was Adam, right? He was like, "Oh, he snapped his mic in half." I was like, "What? How's that even possible?" God damn it.
Yeah. Basically
Yeah.
the horrible headset, right? I couldn't listen to the game properly at all. I couldn't hear the music, I couldn't hear the
Uh,
combat sounds, the combat groans and moans. Uh
okay, you just made it sexual, but okay.
okay, yeah,
Mm,
but
mm,
I couldn't really get immersed in the game like because music plays a huge part in the game. In
mm.
any game for that matter.
True.
And yeah, after I got my new headset, I just got straight back into it. I enjoyed everything thoroughly. I don't know why I
Mm,
stopped in the first place because the game is so much fun. Um, I'm using
mm.
a HyperX now, by the way. Get HyperX. Uh, yeah.
Block,
So
block, block.
speaking
Mm,
of gaming, have you heard
mm.
of the gaming streamer Alinity?
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Oh god. Okay,
Uh,
if anyone is not caught up, right, just go to YouTube and search PewDiePie and just watch Copy Strike PewDiePie. And dude, PewDiePie is a genius, man. Like we have said it a couple of times, but man, that guy.
So
Wow.
basically,
Mm,
if anyone is not caught up with the situation, right, this Twitch streamer called Alinity, right, copyright strike PewDiePie for calling her a Twitch thought. If you guys know what Twitch thought is basically THOT, them hoes over there. It's a common way to refer to like people who are sexually provocative
mm,
or yeah, just basically using sexual appeal to their fans and all that. So
mm,
Alinity basically heard PewDiePie mention her on stream, calling her and a bunch of other female streamers who are sexually provocative Twitch thoughts, and well, she just got really pissed off for some reason, and yeah, decided to copy strike PewDiePie despite her being like having appeared for like 2 seconds in his video only.
mm,
And because of this, she got a lot of backlash. PewDiePie decided to apologize to her in the hopes of her admitting to her mistake. But then she didn't really want to admit to her mistake lah. Because
mm,
I don't know why. Maybe it's her overinflated ego or what. But recently she's just been like on the backlash of so much hatred, and
mm.
I think it's absolutely justified because she's like digging a deeper hole for herself lah.
Yeah,
So.
but I mean, sometimes like I mean, we have spoken about this like multiple times. Like
Mm,
she should have just owned up to it, lah. Because at this point, okay, to anyone that is like thinking like why is PewDiePie even watching her video at the first place is because he was doing this video using this eye tracker software
oh
that
yeah.
basically like his viewers would, and thanks car. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Shit is really loud. Okay, wait, just give me like 1 second. Okay, okay, I'm back. Okay, so basically he was using this software that will track your eye while he's looking at a computer screen, and he was like his viewers just send him a bunch of videos on like different like Twitch streamers and want him to react to it. Basically, it's a comedy video lah. It's like it's for him to for everybody to laugh at. And okay, I mean the US they have like the copyright law, right? Like fair use.
Yep.
Is it very prevalent in Singapore? Do you know? I have no idea actually.
I believe Singapore's copyright uh the thing lah is exactly the same as US.
Oh, is
The
it
system
okay?
is exactly the same as US. And I believe that PewDiePie used her video fairly in a transformative way, so I don't
Mm,
think he infringed any copyright laws. And
mm-hmm,
what she's doing, right, copy striking PewDiePie to take his revenue and all that, it's totally uncalled for. It's illegal.
mm.
She can
It's
be
basically abusing the law lah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
abusing the copyright law. She can be sued by PewDiePie in court, but I know PewDiePie has a lot of better things to do than to pursue this case, so he's not gonna do that. So he
Mhm.
decided to just remove the small clip of Alinity instead from his video. Do you know that? He
Yeah,
removed it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
and
which is
yeah.
weird because right after that, and he basically had a response video and basically wanting to end all this, but she just went on and basically made PewDiePie the like the bully in this whole situation.
Okay, yeah.
Eh,
So
okay, sorry.
uh, she said that in the video, right? She said after watching PewDiePie. Seriously, he just said that. I'm gonna copy strike this guy. Just for that word, I'm gonna
Can
copy
we
strike
come
him.
in up here?
Can we copy strike PewDiePie? Okay, so after saying that, right, PewDiePie's video got taken down. Not got taken down, got demonetized because uh of
She basically
DRM.
claimed it.
Because
Yeah.
Collab DRM is basically a company she works with that copy strikes people. So after PewDiePie's video was copy strike, she then admitted to actually being the
Getting
one
revenue.
to commit copy strike PewDiePie. She said, "I work with Collab DM. They pay me $700 a month. Last month, good money."
Yeah,
Yeah,
exact
basically
words.
she admitted that she's working with the Collab DRM and to copy strike other YouTubers lah, despite
Mm-hmm.
them having fair use or whatever, and she admitted to doing this illegal act. Then
Yep.
after that she decided to just recheck everything that she said and just played the victim card.
When everybody just like, yo, what the hell, man?
After
Like,
everybody decided to turn
mm,
on her, she decided to play the victim card, saying like she at first she said like it was for feminism, like she doesn't like women being discriminated against, like being called is like discrimination, called a thought
mm,
is discrimination. Then after realizing like that wasn't the best thing to say, she retracted that statement and she threw out another statement saying
Yeah,
like it was collab DRM's fault. She wasn't involved in any way. Uh,
yeah.
which is really stupid because you have a contract with this company. First things first, you have a contract with this company. Second
Mm,
thing, you called for PewDiePie to be copy strike in your stream. Then
mm-hmm.
thirdly, you admitted that you didn't admit like she didn't admit. She basically said outright,
It's
right?
implied,
Yeah,
yeah,
that she was responsible for PewDiePie's video being demonetized, being copy
yeah,
striked.
yeah, which
So
is
there's
dumb
there's
move after
yeah,
dumb moves and dumb move
there's
after
no
dumb move.
way to play the victim card here. You already fucked up hard. And then
Yeah.
to make matters worse, right? She still hasn't apologized even after a week. And then
And to be fair, PewDiePie did apologize though. Like in
yeah,
his first ever response video, he outright said that yeah, he should have been more sensitive, but he always thought that the word Twitch thought is a very memeable word, which I agree because I mean, okay, you go and look at the video that that eye tracking video, and you will know that this whole thing is supposed to be like a joke.
it's a funny
Like
video. He makes funny videos all the time.
yeah, and even there's this other Twitch streamer that he reacted to, right?
Hmm.
She like responded to the video, and her reaction is, "Oh my god, I'm in PewDiePie's video." Not, "Oh my god, he called me a Twitch talk," because it's supposed to be a joke. Like, I, you know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say
Yeah,
here? Yeah, which is yeah, she just own up to it. It's just making shit worse.
it's free
Mm.
publicity. People see you, people
Yeah.
gonna like you, people gonna view you. But then she decided to make the absolute most stupid decision of her life and decided
Mm-hmm.
to go against literally the top YouTuber,
Mm.
which is a stupid move and illegally that's at that. So
Mm-hmm.
it is like a completely stupid move for her.
And the funny thing is, PewDiePie did offer her a way out though.
Mm,
He just responded and it's just like, yeah, you know, what, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore.
yeah,
Basically, like just calling her out, and she should have just said, "Yep, I fucked up. All school, Gucci, let's go."
but
I
she
mean, it's
decided
not
to
the first time. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
she decided to blow up the situation even more. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's blowing out of proportion.
and
And
recently she said that she admitted that Twitch has given her a lot of like uh
backdoor help.
yeah, a lot of backdoor help. Like for example, she showed her ass on Twitch,
Mm-mm-mm.
uh, and Twitch just said delete the video. You can continue streaming. We won't ban you. She hasn't even gotten a 24-hour ban for showing a like half her tits on stream. Like
Yep.
there are people who get banned permanently for just like the slightest bit of nudity or like just being a bit inappropriate. But then there's
Yeah.
Alinity who gets away with basically everything. And
Yeah,
then recently she said,
which is funny because she even admitted it, and like yeah, I think she's not grasping the situation here.
mm,
Everything is falling apart, and she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna blame every single other person. It's not my fault. It's not
yeah,
my fault.
I've been noticing like there's a huge bias for coming from Twitch, right? For female streamers rather than male streamers because like majority of people go to streams to watch, tits, thoughts and all that nonsense.
Yeah,
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 because they're thirsty.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree with PewDiePie. Like, there's nothing wrong with what they are doing. Like, you want to do whatever. Yeah, it's you do you. I don't care.
Mm,
But the fact that she just, I don't know, man. It's just very distasteful that she just decided. Yeah, you know what? It's everybody else's fault,
yeah.
yeah, it's just not smart. I don't know.
And then she
Get it.
decided to use the N word on stream
Yeah.
like 2 days ago. So
Mm-hmm.
that's that and she got away with it. Pretty okay.
Yeah, I remember like there
Completely
was
no
quite a lot
bias
of
from
people get
Twitch.
banned straight.
Yep.
Sorry.
Completely no bias from Twitch in that sense, right? Using the N word and getting away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, so that's basically the story of Alinity. It's quite a stupid story. If you all wanna check it out, you can go to PewDiePie's channel and view the videos on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now moving on to the next topic. Have you heard about uh the recent shooting in America?
Oh, I have, but is it regarding the kid that wait, let me think.
The
Is it the
kid that
what the
got rejected by a girl or something like that lah.
yeah, 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 I read about it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So basically,
yeah.
right, there have been 22 school shootings in America this year, and
Mm,
it's May. It's May 24th. So that amounts to one shooting per week in America.
Oh, shit, dude.
One
Oh, I
shooting
didn't know
per
about
week.
that. That's
One
messed
school
up.
shooting per week. These are
One
these
school
are
shooting per
children. Eh.
week. Oh
Yeah,
man.
there are a total recorded of 101 shootings in America this year itself. Not school shootings,
Oh
just
god.
total shootings. So, do you think gun law should be put into place?
Oh wow, we're gonna jump into that the first episode.
Yep, we're gonna jump into that.
Okay. I I think okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I mean I guess we all have our own opinion now, but
Mm,
I think in America the reason why they have guns, I mean apart from defending themselves like what they always say, it's more of the freedom that they want to portray. Like having the freedom of owning a gun, it's what they always preach about lah. Like if let's say you don't allow me to own firearm, and why would you call this like the true freedom of America lah? Am I right?
mm,
But okay, let's just take Singapore for example. Like we are just a country with like yeah, nobody can fucking own firearm lah. Like both of us serve national service and we know that if even we have a bullet with us right now, we can go like court martial and all that crap.
yep.
And we will it was pretty serious here in Singapore lah. So if let's say you were to ask me, yeah, of course I would say, yeah, say no to gun law, sure. But of course I think that this topic is way more complex than what we think. Because they basically live with it. Okay, sorry, you go. Like what do you think?
So, uh, what I think, right, is when this law was put into place, right, where Americans could own guns, right, in the
Mm-hmm.
Second Amendment and all that, this law was put into place when guns were basically muskets. You know, you had to reload the gun for like 30 seconds before shooting one round and having to reload again. Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was when this law was put into place. So basically now, right, when people can easily access assault rifles,
Mm-hmm.
semi-automatic pistols, machine guns, submachine guns and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This law shouldn't be applied anymore. This law should be scrapped.
Yep.
Because this law was put in place, right, so that people can defend themselves against like a horrible government or against people who invade the country and all that. But
Mm.
if the law is doing more harm than good, right, then it deserves to be looked at because you can't tell me that guns are used for defending when there are like 100 over shootings in this year alone. So
Yeah,
many
I
people
agree.
dying from guns. You can't tell me that guns don't kill people, people kill people. No,
Yeah,
guns were
yeah,
made
yeah.
to
Oh,
kill
I always
people.
say that.
Guns
Mm.
were made to kill. Guns were not made to kill. Guns were made to kill, sorry. People were not made to kill. Right?
Mm.
People abuse guns and
To
kill
kill.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
So
Valid point.
you can say like people can kill other people with knives as well. But no, a knife is made for eating, it's basically cutlery. It's used for dining and all that. Okay, let's
Mm.
not talk about those combat knives. They are already banned in countries, many
Mm.
different countries. Right? Those are made for killing. But you're talking about like butcher knives and all that. Those were made for like cooking, eating and all that. So you can say like people use them for killing and all that, but yeah, it's just the tool.
Mm.
But guns, on the other hand, was just straight up made for killing lah. That's my opinion. They should be completely banned in countries. Look at UK. They decided to ban guns in like what 1990 something, and since then there have been like little to no shootings at all.
Yeah, and okay, I don't know if you heard about this, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong because I think I heard it somewhere before that in Japan they can own gun. Do you know that? Like,
Japan, I didn't know
yeah, yeah,
that. I didn't know that.
yeah. You can own guns, but like for you to own a gun, right, you need to go through so many tests. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
a little bit insane. Like if let's say, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna pull this up. Wait,
I heard that you can hold guns. Basically every person in Switzerland has a gun as well.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
But is it easy to get one though?
Okay, let me have a look at this. Firearm legislation in Switzerland comes from a long tradition of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. They have a long-standing practice of militia organization in the Swiss army, where soldiers' service rifles are stored privately in their homes. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, they have strict gun laws, like you cannot anyhow bring your weapons out and all that.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. You know what? I just put this up. basically this website just gave an comparison. In the US, it's two-step. Pass an instant background check, include criminal conviction and everything. You know that typical background check,
Yep.
and you can buy a gun. That's all. You can get a gun right away. But in Japan, right, there's 13 step. Okay, I'm just bear with me. Join a hunting or shooting club. Take a firearm class and pass a written test, which is held 3 times a year. Get a doctor note to say they are mentally fit and do not have a history of drug abuse. Apply a permit to take firearm training. Describe police interview. Pass a review of your criminal history, gun possession record, yada yada yada, personal debt, relationship with family. Apply a gun power permit. Okay, basically there's just a whole lot of shit. Like buy a gun safe and an ammunition locker that meets safety regulations. Allow the police to inspect your gun storage. Pass an additional background review and buy a gun. You see the difference?
Yeah.
And okay, how do you like? For example, now if let's say I didn't hear about this and I didn't tell you today, you wouldn't even know that Japanese can own guns.
Yeah.
Right, which is what I think. If let's say the compromise that the US needs, if let's say you need, you guys really think that, like not you guys, sorry, like whoever like in the whichever American thinks that like it's for the firearm, there should be some sort of compromise that you want to put in to get it. Like need not be a 13 steps, but it must be much stricter than whatever they have been coming up with. Because it's not the first time they are like, oh, we're gonna have stricter gun laws. But it's so like, oh, okay, stricter gun laws, right? Like you get it. Like it's easy to say, right? Like just be like Japan, put it into practice. Yeah.
I believe that this is an analogy I have lah. Basically, if you
Okay.
have a child and this child is taking his toys and throwing at other children, what do? You take the
Take away
toy away
children.
from the child.
Mm.
Yeah. So if Americans are having more problems with guns than the benefits of having guns, why not take the gun away?
True.
Yeah.
And you know, just a funny thing. I don't know if you heard about this before, but
Mm.
there's this kid in America. I think it was last year that actually took one of his parents' guns. It's like it was just this young kid, and he shot the parent to death. I think. Like it
Shot the
was along
parents
those
to death.
lines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I
yeah,
heard of that. I think it's happened a
yeah,
couple of times actually, more than a couple of
yeah. Which
times.
is it's messed up. I don't know, man.
Uh, so hopefully Donald Trump will do something about this and deal with
Our boy Trump.
whatever he has to do in order to like make this make this world a better place. Cause honestly, who wants to see children die? Who wants to see other people die? No one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or only
Anyway,
sadistic, crazy
speaking
people.
of which,
Yep.
firearm, right? National service.
Mhm.
Yep. Both of us is out of army right
Yeah.
now.
Fuck.
Or
Fuck.
finally
Okay.
ORD
Fuck
low,
that shit.
bros.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like
Those are
really.
2 years of my life I will never get back.
Yep. There's that. Anyway, how do you feel, man? Like getting that civilian life back.
Oh man, I tell you, when I first enlisted into army, I was actually quite excited to be honest. Like
Mm-hmm.
I could move on to the next phase of my life. But then, right, it's like
Little did you know.
little did I know it was
Yeah.
going to be such a boring, monotonous, in uneventful life,
Mm.
uneventful period of my life lah. Basically,
Yeah.
I feel like the entire 2 years of my life have been wasted, and like girls who have like no NS obligations have just like such a head start over me lah in terms of their uni life and all that.
Yeah.
And I
I
feel
get it.
really left out like in that sense.
Yeah, I agree. Like you see, like I mean, we come from poly, right? So we are already 1 year late as compared to the JC kids, but it was okay, right?
Yeah.
So okay, let's say everything is Gucci, like we enlisted in 18 years old, right? Am I
Mm.
right? 19. Eh?
We
19.
enlisted when we
Sorry.
were 19, yeah. 19.
Sorry, 19 years old.
Yeah.
And our girl counterpart, like our friends, would have like started school and everything. Like, oh, my girlfriend is like approaching her last year of university, and I'm just here waiting for my university. And it's
Yeah.
like you see the disparity, and I guess it's sad. I don't know, and I don't know if you heard about this, like about there was this girl was like, oh, guys have to serve NS and whatever. And
Oh,
then when
that's
the interviewer
everywhere.
asked like, yeah, when the interviewer asked like, oh, do you want to serve NS? She's like, heck no.
Like
I'm
no,
like,
that's a guy's job. Why would we want to do it? Yeah,
Yeah, which
I
is like,
hate that kind of double standard.
yeah, I mean, okay, to be fair, there's a lot of people that do like empathize like the time that we have wasted lah. Like if you know what I'm trying to say, like
Mm.
there are people that say like, oh yeah, guys, it's okay. Like when you come in, you just work harder, everything will be good. But that 2 years does make a huge ass difference, though. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean like it's easy to say like, oh, it's just 2 years, it's nothing much. But no, these 2 years, that you can make so much progress in these 2 years. You can make so
Yeah.
much money. People get promoted to like CEOs in 2 years. I've heard of people who get promoted to
Oh
CEOs
wow.
or managerial positions in 2 years. You know, so much things, so many things can be done in 2 years. You
Yeah.
can finish your university in 2 years if you go to SIM. You can go out
Mm.
to get a job. You can get promoted and all that in 2 years. And basically, these 2 years that I've spent in the army, what have I done? I've done jack shit. I've
I wait, what?
yeah, you too as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And as in, like, I've actually spoke to like one of our common friends, which is Mark's best friend, Adam.
Mm,
Actually did talk about this before. Like, we understand that national service is necessary. I mean, I get it. Like, I really do get it. But it's just that when you're inside and everything, it's something that you don't understand. Like when people say like, oh, back then when I was in poly and I see a lot of my seniors like, oh, ORD low, all those, and I used to think it's annoying. Believe it or not, I used to think it's pretty annoying. I'm like, what the hell, man. But then after that, when I'm in the army and I actually did ORD, I'm like, dude, this is the best feeling ever.
you realize why they are so happy when they ORD.
Yes, and
Because you're
it's
finally free from the burden of army. Yeah.
yeah, like, but I said it a countless time, but I just never liked the idea of like there was this very 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 steep hierarchy and like you can't voice out, not necessarily. They always say that you can, but yeah, we all know that it's pretty
Mm,
trash. And there's this like, oh, you are under this thing, like there's this obligation that you need to report your status wherever, this kind of thing. And
yeah.
it's, I don't like it. I like my freedom where it is.
I treasure my freedom as much as you, man. I
Yeah, man.
really, really hate it when I'm under such strict supervision in the army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, speaking of which, right? Like, I mean, did you choose poly because it was your choice, or was it like you wanted to go like,
Okay.
or like, yeah, sorry.
So basically, in poly, after my secondary school O level results, I didn't do too badly. I think I scored like 9 points or 10 points around
Oh
that.
wow, nice.
Yeah, for my L1R4 and L1R5, I think I got 13 or 14. I'm not quite sure. I
Okay,
don't remember clearly. So I had a choice of going either JC or poly lah.
okay.
But you know, I've had enough of studying. Let's be honest here. I've had enough of studying after secondary school. So
Mm,
I decided to go for a more focused, career-focused education, and I chose poly instead lah.
mm.
Which, to be honest, I wouldn't take back for the world. I think I made the best decision of my life.
Yeah,
I
I
would
agree.
have been this fat, socially awkward boy if I went to JC and like continued as I was.
Success story, bro.
Yeah, it's the same for my year one and year two lah. To be honest, my year one and year two, I was this fat and socially awkward boy. But
Mm,
in year three, marketing really brought out the best in me, and I think
yeah.
I broke out from my shell. To be honest,
Mm, mm,
uh,
mm, mm.
it like helped me meet a lot of different people, helped me approach strangers to get surveys and all that. Yeah, it
Mm.
was a genuinely fun experience that made me become the person I am today.
Mm.
How about you?
Uh, on the other hand, okay, I didn't score too well during prelims.
Mm.
So when I actually got my O level results, right, I got 13, and my net was 11, I think.
Ah.
Yeah, hold up, sorry. Wait, one moment,
Mm.
Sorry, my mom was asking me something. Sorry. So back then, sorry, I didn't score too well for prelims, and I think I got 13, non-net. So after my CCA was 11, which at that point I was like, oh god, because I'm like, if I score under 15, and it's amazing, right?
Mm.
So I was already gonna set. I was gonna go to poly already, and I really really do not regret it because my poly life was very very happening. Like when you were in poly, it was when you were still fat, right? Mine was when I was in secondary school, and I didn't really do much lah, I would say. But when I got into poly and I got into one of my CCA committee, and I basically met a hell lot of people, and I will be what you call a camp kia, huh? I
Hmm.
went whichever camp there is, and I met like shit ton of people, and yeah, it's amazing, I would say. And but I've always felt kind of unfair when it as compared to JC kids. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like JC kids. No, we can't say that we have like JC kids have an advantage over us to be honest.
Mm, mm,
Because JC has a high rate of failure. Let's be real here. JC has a high rate of failure,
mm, mm,
and
mm.
like for their A levels, so they
Yeah,
don't. Not all of them necessarily go into uni.
yeah, I agree.
Only the better half go into uni.
Yeah, as
For
in
the
I've never actually had this as okay. I okay unfair in the sense when it comes to uni application. Okay, and let me explain to you why. I'm not being salty here, lah.
mm,
But okay, like I get it. It's super hard for them to do it. Like I truly respect anyone that could like eventually got into any university. Like kudos to them, right?
mm,
But I've never really quite understand. Okay, let me just be super candid with you guys. So I have a GPA of 3.47, and it's not the most fantastic. And the funny thing is, in other courses, because both of us is in business,
mm.
in other courses, people are like, oh my god, 3.47 is pretty good, right? Like, it's still considered like part decent, like
Three
you should
point
be
four
able to
seven
get
is nothing compared to it's nothing. We can't get into any universities with
exactly.
that.
When
We
it
have the
comes
top
to
three.
business, correct. When it comes to business, it's practically impossible, man. Like you want me to be like it's, and you have JC kids that get in business courses way easier than us.
Yep.
Like that's the thing I don't understand. They learn science and they learn GP and everything, right? And we learn straight up like specialized business courses and everything. And we went through the all the projects and actually did do a lot of like business stuff. And they got in without knowing anything, and we didn't go in because of our GPA. Which I mean, to be fair, yeah lah, we could have done better, but in retrospect, you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, I get
Like,
what you're trying to say.
yeah, and yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of odd to me. I have never really quite, when it comes to this, lah, and I think this is at a higher level of, like, this education we have in Singapore.
Yeah.
Like, of course, JC is hard. I'm not saying it's easy. Like, it's definitely not easy,
Mm.
for sure. But, yeah, what do you think?
For sure, there's some biasness from university towards like JC students because university wants JC students for some reason. I have no idea why.
Mm,
Um, yeah, basically, what I think, right, is that the government has said it this way because an A level cert cannot get you anywhere. Whereas with a poly cert, you can actually get a job in the field that you
mm,
want.
mm,
If you
mm,
got
mm,
an A level, you have no specialization, you have nowhere to go. So the next step, no matter what, you can't go to work, you have to go to university, regardless of it being private or public. So they made it easier for these JC students to enter university by giving them more slots than poly students. That's what I think the government's rationale is lah.
mm.
But I still don't think it's fair for
Yeah,
poly
I,
students.
I just think there's something about it that doesn't really click, lah.
Yeah,
And of course, like, I mean, of course, it's hard for them, like, I get it. But it's still don't make a lot of sense,
yeah,
Like, I just think overall, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, you know?
yeah. I
I
get
don't
it.
know.
I completely agree with
Mm.
you
And
because
I'm not the only one that's in this situation. Like of course, yeah, in business, 3.4 is not the best.
mm,
But seriously though, like if you know what I'm trying
it's
to say.
already very good compared to like other countries, to be honest.
Uh,
Uh, yeah, our curriculum isn't that easy per se. Let's be honest
mm,
here.
yeah,
We
and
have quite
it's
some tough projects. We have quite tough exams. And
yeah, I agree.
if other country students were to come here and to actually go through our curriculum, they wouldn't find it to be easy lah. Let's just say that.
I agree
Mm.
totally.
So yeah, basically I've some female JC friends, female
Okay.
friends who went to JC who are
Mhm.
graduating this year, just before I enter university. So that sucks balls.
Yeah, I just it's just dumb lah. Okay, I have friends that did the same thing as me. They didn't manage to go to a local U and they're going for a private U SIM. And then after that, right after they actually got a job and in a local bank. Then after that, they doing very well for themselves. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what their style of pay is because I think it's a bit rude lah to disclose it like this.
Mm.
But still, yeah, it's really very decent. And like considering what we are doing now, like wow, what are we doing with our life?
They
I
already
just turned 22,
They're
And
already out there earning money while we are paying money to enter university. Well
mhm.
done. Uh, okay.
Yes.
Speaking of Singapore, let's move on to the last topic we have for the day, the
Mm.
Donald Trump and Kim Jong Un summit.
Yeah, okay,
What do
just
you
a
think is gonna
disclaimer,
happen?
I am very, very not caught up with this. As in I know about it, I read bits and pieces, but to be perfectly fair, I haven't really did a whole lot of research on it. So it'll be more on you and my raw opinion. So yep, just to put it
Yeah,
out there.
so the latest
Mm.
news is that the Singapore summit with Kim Jong Un could be delayed.
Yep, I
But
heard.
Donald Trump has said that the North Korean leader is very serious about denuclearization.
Mm-hmm.
It may not work for June 12th, but it might happen soon anyway. And I believe that this summit could be like a start point for world peace. What do you think?
Mm, well, I think when I first heard about it, I thought it was a joke. Like, let me be perfectly fair. Like, I like perfectly candid and all that.
Hmm.
Like, because we are not the most yeah, I mean we have like the one of the better airports and everything, but in the world context, we are not really the most famous or like the most well known, right?
Hmm.
So back then when okay, just a sidetrack a little, but back then because I used to dance, right? So and I actually tweeted to one of these very famous dancer that like hey come to Singapore, like I will take classes from you if you come, right? And he said, oh we are already going to Sichuan or something like that,
Hmm.
and I was like, but Sichuan is in China, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
yo, like what the fuck? So when it dawned to me that they are really coming, it's crazy. Like it's really a crazy thing for me, and it's considering it. Yeah, for sure it will be a step in world peace, but it can also be a step into the next war.
Yeah, it
As
depends
in,
on what happens in the next summit lah. Depends on
yeah,
whether Kim
which
Jong Un is
is
too aggressive. If Trump is too aggressive, war may break out. We never know what's gonna happen.
yeah, but it's crazy to think that they even take Singapore as like the center ground. I don't know how the hell did that come about, but you know,
Yeah, I
mm,
just feel bad for all the people who are gonna be called up for reservists just to like be there for this event.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Mm.
but I think this is a step in the right direction, to be honest.
Okay, but okay, conspiracy theory time, right? Like
Mm,
seriously though. I've always thought that this is kind of odd. Like you know, like when they were always about like flexing their nuclear power, like testing over what was the country? Japan, right? Was it or Taiwan?
mm,
Like
Japan,
testing their
Japan.
nuclear Japan, right? Testing their nuclear power, flexing it to everybody, and then all of a sudden like, hey, let's just meet the South Korean leader and hold hands and go across the border. Let's have a summit in Singapore with Trump. Like to me, that's kind of odd. And to me, that there's this cynical part of me that's like, hey, maybe they are planning for something. Like,
Yeah.
you get what I mean? Like, and I mean, yeah, like it's based off nothing, but it's just kind of odd, like, if
Nah,
you consider his track record.
I think it's based off something because there have been like trade sanctions with the North Korea. Like basically other countries couldn't are not permitted to trade with North Korea. I believe it's a decision by uh what's that organization? The 21st
UN?
century version. Yeah, the United Nations. I was gonna
Yeah,
call it NATO for some reason. I have no idea why. Uh, yeah,
yeah,
UN
I
basically imposed some sanctions on North Korea, preventing them from economic progress. And I
hmm,
think as an act of desperation, Kim Jong Un might be coming out to like save his country per se.
hmm. And yeah, I mean, I get why he would do that, lah. As in, of course, logically speaking, if your country is like dying, but
Mm.
then again, the country is already dying since long ago. Like if I don't know where this like sudden come to Jesus moment come to him, like like maybe I should probably not do
Maybe,
to this level.
maybe the
Mm.
country had like tuberculosis in the past, and now it's straight up getting like stage 4 cancer. That's why he's trying
Yes,
to like
right.
remedy the situation. Yeah.
Mm.
So hopefully, with this next summit, we will see an improve in relations between USA, North Korea, and South Korea, and hopefully the two Koreas can unite and North Korea can denuclearize,
Yeah,
and all this nonsense can be put behind us once and for all.
yeah.
All right.
I agree.
I think that's it for the pod. Do you have anything to say?
Oh, I have one last thing. It's a quick one,
Mm-hmm.
but Battlefield in BattleNet launcher.
Battlefield?
Sorry, Black Ops 4, sorry.
Oh, Black Ops. So I have no expectations for it.
Yeah,
No
right.
expectations.
Sorry, I just want to throw it out there because it's so odd. Like, why though? Like,
No single
I
player
mean,
campaign, no expectations.
yeah, the fuck, right? I don't know. Am I the only one that think it's weird? I don't know, man.
I think it's gonna be a trash game. I bought the previous game, huge regrets, and I'm not getting this one at all.
Oh, the previous game, World War Two.
Was it World War II? I don't remember. I just got the previous one and I regret it 100%. I played like 12 hours of it and I gave up.
Shit. Okay. All right. No, I just want to touch on that for like
Alright
Bowl's
then.
Bowl's reasons.
That's the end of Verbal Vomits, episode 1. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. 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 Yeah.
Bye.